best wrestling podcast in the world. Fact. The road-wearing, original Pete, the believing, power of positivity, keeping it Rollins, the Summit. Fact. The homicidal, the genocidal, the ECW loving, daring young creeping, Mr. No Days Off, Scott. Fact. The biscuit and gravy eating, Naomi loving, lunatic craving, the melting pot, JP, and you can bank on that. Fact. The Bailey hugging, the interrupting, the Jaeger drinking, mouth of the Carolinas, Lil Steven. Fact.
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
I miss you, Darren Young. Little Steven, Darren Young, in a evening gown match with Pat Patterson. Little Steven gets a little French Canadian in him. Jeff Hardy's going to face Jay Leno in a steel chairs match. People are just jealous because I got skills.
Here's my issue. Is it worse to get beat by one midget or three? Little Steven in a beer drinking contest with Naomi. I have this big issue with people. I don't want to sound like an idiot.
Just kept it Rollins. Jimmy Hart,
Chirpwave.
X-Pac against Lil Steven in a microphone on a pole match. Anything can happen. Lightweight. If you don't want it, then don't bark it.
We're three-man band. That's horrible. I don't want to make you look bad.
You're fired, sir. When you want to hear me mess up, they're in Radioland. When you want to hear me not mess up, I did not know that. Wow. Wrestling with attitude. When you want your beer, awesome.
Welcome to Wrestling with Attitude. Of course, I'm your host, the Summit of Wrestling, the Savior of Wrestling. Don't even say that, Mr. Candlelight. I know what you're getting ready to say if he's here, which he's not. But, of course, I'm the host of the show. Joining me today, once again, is Lil Steven, the host, the other half of Wrestling with Attitude.
The other half?
Yes, the other half. Hawaii's on the show. Welcome all our Periscopians that are on the show, if anybody's watching right now.
Hawaii 815.
Yeah. If you're on the show today, chat with us about wrestling. Of course, this is a wrestling show, so we'll try to stay into the wrestling world. We got a lot to talk about on today's show. We got Sound Off. The top 5 this week for Sound Off is top 5 Lita moments of all time. So if you have one, share it with us during that segment. Also, we're reviewing Raw, SmackDown Live, NXT, and 205 if you want. I didn't watch this week yet, but you can tell me about it.
Okay.
And we got some wrestling news to talk about, and we might do a what if.
Ooh, a what if?
Maybe a what if.
It's time.
We can do a what if. Yeah, we'll do a what if. Why not? We'll do a what if.
I'm cool with that.
But first, let's go into before I forget, also, if you want to call into the show today, call 704-439-6606, and we'll put you on the show.
Ooh.
We're going to talk about that. Don't read because you hate surprises. You don't like surprises.
What?
Yeah, you hate surprises.
I love surprises. You know what I love the most? I love surprises when you're champion. That's what I like.
You're not a champion. Let's go into... wait a minute. Hold on. There you go.
What was that for?
Dummy. Yeah.
This is because I haven't heard it in a week.
Oh, sorry.
But first, let's go into...
That's right.
You ain't heard that for a while. I'm going to change that. Trust me. Let's go into Goodbye Song.
Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye, bye. Just let the door now hit ya. Where the good Lord split ya.
All right. Goodbye Song. We will talk about Mickey James. Don't worry. First thing we're going to talk about, though, is Lita and the WWE. She is done with the WWE.
No!
She's tweeted she's officially done with the company. That's the reason she's not been on the pre-show lately. She wasn't creative with the team, so I don't know what happened there. But Lita's done with the company. Also, Jerry the King Lawler is now just on the Legends contract. Ooh. That's the reason you have not seen him on the kickoff panels this past week. What are your thoughts?
Well, it's kind of, I'm a huge Jerry the King Lawler fan, but it's time. It's time.
he should have been gone a few years ago. Of just doing, like, you know, events and stuff. Like, he should have been just on a Legends contract for a little bit. But I'm okay with it. I'm not okay with Lita, though. I thought Lita could have brought some really good stuff to WWE, especially right now with the women's revolution and everything. I thought she could really help those women shine even more. You know? I really would have loved to see her as a trainer at the Performance Center. I would really like to see that. And, you know, also help with creative in that. Because, I mean, she was really good at what she did. So, but, you know, best of luck to you, Lita. And, you know, hopefully this is not the last time we see you in WWE.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. You'll see both of them for different events. You know, they're brought in for special appearances and WWE Network specials, but that's about it. I mean, you know, look, we talked about it earlier. Jerry Lawler should have been gone 5 years ago.
Yeah.
You know,
I think once they got rid of JR, it was time for Jerry to go too. It really was.
I'm trying to see who was the guy that was on NXT, was on this week on the TLC. Oh, okay. It was Hot 97 DJ Peter Rosenberg. Okay, Peter Rosenberg. All right, I know who he is now. He's Hot 97. He's a DJ, he's a host of a radio show, a wrestling radio show. Listen, if you need somebody to work your pre-shows, give me a call. I can talk. I can do kickoff show with somebody. Just give me a better host than the one I got now.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Is Hot DJ 97 a better host?
No, he's
all right.
I can listen. I don't know if I can work. Listen, if I can make Little Steven a great host, imagine what I can do with Booker T. Quacky Quack Duck Duck.
You messed that up so much.
Did I?
I didn't even think.
I thought Quacky Quack Duck Duck was better.
I didn't think anyone could mess. Quack? No, it's not. It's just
Quacky Duck,
Ducky Ducky,
Suki Quack Quack,
Sucky Ducky Quack Quack,
Sucky Ducky.
Yeah,
Sucky Ducky. I don't even make sense.
I mean,
Sucky Ducky.
I don't even know. Shucky Ducky is what it actually.
Shucky Ducky.
Shucky Ducky.
Shucky Ducky. Bucky Rucky. I mean, Rocky, Sucky, Stinky, Mikey. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, listen. I don't like James Ellsworth being in this match or this feud. It takes away from the wrestlers. And we talked about it earlier. Wouldn't it have been better if Heath Slater would have been this feud?
Oh, yeah.
Or Kurt Hawkins.
You know, we should now make that like a segment of the show.
What?
The Ellsworth corner with the Summit. Because you hate him so much.
I don't like him either. I mean, I don't like Ellsworth. I'm just saying, isn't there other guys? I mean,
there was so many other guys.
Wouldn't it have been maybe? I mean, it would have been better, I thought, with maybe a Hawkins or even a Zack Ryder or somebody like that than James Ellsworth. I know. Mean, I just, now he's going to get a WWE title shot when guys like Ziggler, Miz, other people should be in Apollo. I don't know about Apollo Crews yet.
Still.
But these guys deserve a shot over him. Yeah. As soon as, hopefully. But you never know where WWE
I don't know anymore because I feel like they're giving the fans way too much. Like, because they're... Like, ever since NXT did this whole thing with the fans, with Blue Pants and everything else, I don't know if you remember that
Blue
stuff.
Blue Pants was great.
Yeah, but I don't know. But what I'm saying is that the whole reason Blue Pants was created because the fans liked her. She showed up one time, and what happened? There were all these chants for Blue Pants. Okay? So that's what's happening with Ellsworth. Shows up one time, becomes an internet sensation, and WWE thinks, oh, we got gold here. You don't got gold, WWE. You're just giving them way too much credit.
Like I told you earlier, I would love to sit in on the creative meetings with people when they talk about Ellsworth.
I agree with you. Surely they should, but we don't know.
But no, I would like to sit with WWE Creative when they sit and say, we're going to sign James Ellsworth to a contract and push him against AJ Styles. Really?
Yeah.
Tell me how this works. Yeah, wait a minute. I got one better. We're going to put AJ Styles against James Ellsworth at Royal Rumble for the title.
Yeah, no, we agree with you, man. We do. I don't disagree on that.
Right.
I mean, I agree with you. I would love to be in there with the creative because it makes no sense.
I want to know who in the world thinks it's a great idea of doing that, but whatever. We'll see where they go with this whole James Ellsworth thing and the Rumble. Hopefully what we think for the Rumble would be better than what we expect. But
please.
Let's go into Sound Off first.
WWA's Sound Off, where your voice can be heard.
Sound off, let 'em know how you feel. If the anger inside is real, sound off.
They did change people. I know Mick Foley's son Dewey's on the creative now. It's still Raja Singh, the one that accompanied Great Khali to the ring.
Is he really still on
Yeah,
that?
he's head of Raw's creative. So that tells you a lot for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you didn't know he was there?
No. I kind of try to forget about him, okay? I'm sorry.
But Dewey Cox, not Dewey Foley, excuse me. Dewey Cox was a movie.
Yeah, no,
He's going.
no, he should have gone. You're right. You're absolutely right on that.
If you look at it still says, that's network, television, where is it? Backstage personnel, unassigned personnel. In case you didn't know, Steve Corino is now at NXT as a trainer. I meant to tell you that. That's new news. They signed in it. I meant to tell you they signed Steve Corino to be a trainer, which is fine. But they're also trying to get some more of the Ring of Honor guys. So they're trying to get the Young Bucks is another name they're trying to sign.
Yeah, I heard they're really trying to sign them right now.
Good for Steve Corino though.
Steve Corino going to come out of retirement?
Hopefully not. I can't see them doing any Steve Corino.
Oh, I could.
I could see him being a GM. I would be okay with that, with him being a GM or some authority. Mm-hmm. I don't need to see him in the ring.
Steve Corino versus Kevin Owens, part 50,000.
Listen, I can see Steve Corino with him.
We've already seen it. We've seen it like 5,000 times in independent scene. I don't need to see it anymore.
Creative writers for,
Okay, so who we got?
You got Dewey Foley. Creative assistant appears on Holy Foley.
And this is Raw?
Edward Kosk. Creative. It says off-screen personnel. It says creative writers. Dewey Foley, Edward Koski, Jimmy Jacobs. What here?
Jimmy Jacobs.
Yeah, Jimmy Jacobs is the NXT writer.
Okay.
He was also he was a wrestler. He's a wrestler as well, but he's a writer for NXT. Joseph Bell Castro is lead writer NXT. Mickey Keegan is writer for NXT. Rajan Singh is head writer. He's the head writer.
Head
of everything.
writer?
Yes, head writer.
Oh my god.
Robert Evans is a writer for Raw. He's from Canada. He was Evans as Archer Paul Peck in 2011. He's a wrestler as well.
Okay.
But you also got Robert Evans. Ryan Ward is lead writer for SmackDown. So they have Edward Koski is lead writer for Raw. Ryan Ward is lead writer for SmackDown. And then Steve Guerrero is a writer for SmackDown. Those are your writers.
Cannot believe what's his name is head
Rajan
writer.
Singh? Well, he's been in that position for a while.
Well, they need to take him out of that position. Give it to somebody else, man. I don't like him as head writer.
Well, I'm glad you don't like him. But that's the writers for Raw and SmackDown. So I don't know how good that is. let's get into this week's top 5. Top 5 this week is top 5 Lita moments of all time.
Okay.
And we might have the same, and we can share them. Number 5 for me, what do you have? I've got Lita debuts with S.A. Rios.
That's on there with me. I'll go ahead
versus
and put that.
Eddie and China. That's my number 5.
Man, that was a crazy one, man. I tell you. No, I mean, we'll talk about that actually.
Yeah, hold on to that. We'll talk about it.
You know, with Lita, man. So when she debuted, she was kind of the first ever girl to get in the ring.
I'm writing on
with
my
them.
list, okay?
She was the first one to ever kind of get in the ring, other than China. She was that girl. She was the one that, like, if somebody did something in the ring, she'd be doing a moonsault or something. You know, and that's what was great about her. And I thought her debut is one of the greatest moments for her, just because when you saw that, you were like, wow, okay, this girl's going to make history. That's what I thought about it. So,
well, when she was there, I remember this. I remember the first time I saw Lita was in ECW because I was at a live event with her, and I can't remember who she came out with. But in ECW, she came out, and she had this tattoo on her shoulder. Yeah. Real good-looking girl, but I was like, tattoos and everything. So, but she was when she came out, you know, in ECW, I was like, wow. And I saw her do a moonsault on that show. Or head scissors, and she was really good then.
Yeah.
So, I knew she was gonna be really good wherever she went. Then they brought her in S.A. Rios.
Yeah.
Oh man. I mean, you talk about somebody that overshadowed S.A. Rios. It was Lita, because nobody really cared about S.A. Rios.
You know, like, I don't really even remember S.A. Rios that well.
Red
he didn't really
hair.
do. He
was light heavyweight champion. He fought Eddie Guerrero, and then he pretty much went away.
Yeah, I mean, Lita outshined him.
Right. It was, you know, almost put it like Sable outshining the other guy.
You can say his name. It's okay.
No,
the Wild Man.
Moro.
Mark
Mero.
The Wild Man, Mark Mero.
The Wild Man. There you go. That's a good name for somebody. The Wild Man.
That was the worst thing ever.
That's like calling Steven Little. I mean, you know, it really don't fit.
Shut up.
It's true. I mean, it's like them calling me skinny. I mean, you don't call me skinny Summit. I mean, you know, you don't do it.
That doesn't make any sense, one, because, like, I've never seen a Summit that's skinny.
No, they're tall.
Like it's not a ratio of that.
What's up, Ash? So we, you know, anyway, you know,
okay.
Lita when she debuted.
All right, so
I'm going to say number 5. You have a number 4.
What's your number 4?
All right. Number 4. So this is a collaboration.
Yeah, this is going to be collaboration.
This is more Summits than it is his. Team Extreme versus TNA with Trish at WWF Fully Loaded 2000.
Really?
That's on my number 4 because that's the first time Lita and Trish got it together.
Okay.
That was the first time they wrestled each other, and I knew they were going to be really good. And to me, Lita and Trish are the best two divas or woman wrestlers that you've seen till today.
Yeah.
I mean, those two, the rivalry, everybody compares those two. Who else you put in that? I mean, Molly Holly, sure, she's good, but, you know. I mean there's nobody I would even put in that class.
Not in
Ivory's
that class.
good, but problem with Ivory, she had no personality. And look who she had to wrestle against. She had Jacqueline a couple times, but that was it.
She didn't really have,
She had the whole, and it was the worst time in women's wrestling because it was with the Cat, and they did all the gimmick stuff with them and everything else.
The Cat and what was her name? Nicole Bass.
And
I mean, you just had a really bad
this when
variety.
You had Stevie Richards dress up as a woman and she won the title from the Cat one time because
that happened.
Gravy Bowl match or something.
That happened.
Yes, it happened. She dressed up as some woman one time. He did. Yeah, it was horrible.
I don't remember that.
You have to go back and look it up. It's horrible. It was there in 98.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Hands down. Hands down, man.
Right. I mean, and, you know, you can look at, I'll compare to today's Charlotte and Sasha. I mean, to me, they're getting right there with them already, and they've only been in the business in the WWE for a year now.
And they're building them up that way, which is great.
Right.
I mean, everyone's getting mad about it, but I'm not.
I think it's great.
I think it's
they've been
great,
doing it is
too,
great.
man.
I mean, you're building a great rivalry.
You are.
Between these
You're
two.
building a rivalry that can go for another 10
listen,
years.
You letting them go one more time into the line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Roadblock into the line. Where else you need to do it? You do one more. You do an Iron Man match that you're talking about doing, and then you break them apart for 6 months and bring them back together if you need to. Because you got Bayley waiting, you got Nia Jax, you got other people that can have a rivalry.
I agree with you. I want to see Banks win, but at the same time, I want to see Charlotte keep that streak going. I want to see her keep that streak going because that's her hook right now.
I don't think it matters who wins.
But that's her gimmick. Her gimmick is because she is that would make her 15 straight in a row.
Right.
She's making her own gimmick like her father did. But instead of 16-time world champion,
15 pay-per-views in a row.
Yeah, no, but I mean,
that's
she's
really.
But she's undefeated. But she's undefeated at pay-per-views. What I'm saying is she's making something of herself right now. In the little bit of time she's been there, she's already becoming not a legend, but she's on her way.
I think Sasha should win. I mean, I think she should.
Yeah,
but I could get if she didn't. It is annoying. It is annoying. But, I think, no matter who wins this match, you can bring them back. No matter, we're not going to hate it. It's not like Bray Wyatt not winning a title for 2 years.
True. It's it's a streak, and the last streak we had has...
Streaks are made to be broken.
Oh, shut up, Paul Heyman.
Actually, the streak has not been broken for...
You're right.
The world title.
She does deserve. She does deserve a pay-per-view win. You're right.
To build her character.
Absolutely, yeah.
Number 3 for me is Lita joining the Hardy Boys for the first time.
Oh man,
the first time she came out with the Hardys, it was an instant fit.
Yeah,
because they just. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought Michael P.S. Hayes was a great fit for the Hardy Boys. That was the worst gimmick ever. I'm sorry.
No,
Michael P.S. Hayes.
No.
Don't say Terry.
Reynolds.
Don't say Terry Reynolds. I'm sorry if you're listening out there, Michael P.S. Hayes.
Call us, Michael.
You're great. You're great and everything else, but you don't need to be part of Team Extreme.
No.
I'm sorry.
No. All right, we can spend a full show on worst Michael Hayes gimmicks, and that's not the worst gimmick. Doc Hendricks was the worst gimmick.
Doc Hendricks was actually really good, though. He was a talker. There was nothing wrong with that. It's better than dressing him up in
when I raise my hand.
Pants.
When I raise my hand, your mic goes off.
All right, Miz. Stop
because that was horrible.
What do you
Doc
mean?
Hendricks, come on, man. Doc Hendricks,
but with the time it worked. All right, name me one other backstage commentator at that time other than Doc Hendricks. None, because that's what Doc Hendricks was.
You see, people agree with me.
That's fine. You can agree with him, but I think Doc Hendricks was.
Todd Pettengill worked.
Todd Pettengill was like a stick in the mud, man.
Right, but you know what?
No
he was
charisma.
better. He was better than Doc Hendricks' character.
Well, that's what happens.
We knew Todd Pettengill was cheesy. We knew that, but we knew Michael P.S. Hayes is not this guy. We know who Michael P.S. Hayes is.
Well, that's what happens when you make Vince mad by the first time not showing up for the Rock and Roll Connection, and then he decides to hire you a few years later as Doc Hendricks.
It's because the way he did it. He didn't return his phone call, didn't talk to him, anything. He just...
waiting for Daniel Bryan's music
to stop this argument.
That's good.
That's good. All right, so next, number 2 for me is Edge and Lita, the bed moment on TV, on Raw. That's number 2. The most watched episode of Raw ever.
All right, I got to jump in on
It was still the most watched episode. How can you not put this in your top 5?
Yeah, thanks a lot, Flair. Thanks a lot for ruining everything.
What are you talking about?
Flair ruined it, remember?
Ruined what?
Had to come out before they were about to
before
get
it got good?
awkward, right?
Wow,
Yeah.
I bet you that was awkward.
That
Like,
guy
Mom,
knows how I feel.
what are they doing? This is supposed to be wrestling.
Oh, that's horrible.
But no, listen, it was the most watched episode on Raw ever. I mean, over 1,000 episodes. I mean, dude.
Wow,
that's
for
a
a
lot.
Christian fan, you're really into Edge, aren't you?
Edge, I'm not. Listen, the stats are the stats. All right?
The stats are the stats. Is that what you're
The
saying?
facts
now?
are the facts of life.
No, all right, look, I got nothing wrong with the episode. I thought it was really good. Because at that time, you know, they were talking about they wanted to go edgier. Because they never went back to the Attitude Era.
Did you just say edgier?
Yeah, shut up. I now I know what I said was wrong. But they never wanted to go back to the Attitude Era, but they still wanted to get that non-PG. Because at that time, they weren't PG, but they were going to that. And that just set the bar so high with that. Because you never saw anything like that. I mean, that was during the time when, you know, you had like Bloody Flair every...
That was part of the PG.
Yeah.
But no, they were trying to get some of the edgy back, and they did it.
Really?
But, you know.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Yeah. So anyway, go ahead. What?
I'll see what you got first, then I'll put mine in.
Number 1 for me is Trish versus Lita, December 6, 2004 for the WWE Women's title. I think this was their last match against each other.
Wait, so the Edge one was 2 for you?
Yeah, it was 2.
Oh, I thought that was 3. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, no, hands down.
Actually, no, this wasn't their last. Let me see. Go ahead.
Are you talking 2006?
2004.
Oh, the 2004 one,
Yeah.
where they, the Monday Night Raw? For the, yeah. I mean, how can you not put that on your list? That's true. I mean, that was, you had the women close out Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
This was the first time that has ever happened. First time this has ever happened, and they tore the house down.
They main evented.
I do. I actually agree with that. Do you agree that neither one would be a legend without the other?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree because, I mean, they made each other. Shawn Michaels always say, you're only as good as the person across from you. Okay? And those two just made each other great. And I think it helped the time they did it. Because if you remember, if they would have done it a little bit sooner, a little bit later, I don't think it would have been as good.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, think about it. If they would have done it sooner, it would have been against Ivory. Compared to Edge and, I mean, Trish and Lita.
It's not the same, yeah. It wouldn't have been the same. I think it would have been good because, I mean, heck, I think one of them without the other is still great. Don't get me wrong. But it wasn't what they were together. Together, they raised the bar so high as women champions. Both of them did, just as women wrestlers. And I think they still would have been Hall of Famers by themselves if they never fought each other. But I don't think they would have been Hall of Famers this soon if it wasn't for that legendary rivalry. Oh yeah. No, it was.
And they actually her last match.
Who, Trish's?
Hold on. Stratus and Lita followed the pin. Stratus' last match on Raw occurred on September 11th, 2006, where she beat former rival Mickie James in her last match.
Yeah.
So actually, 2004 was their last match against each other for the title.
It's funny.
That's the last title match they had against
They
each
were
other.
still together for 2 years and never had a match against each other.
Well, you got to remember, Lita was going through a lot. Of course, the Edge, Lita, Matt Hardy thing and all that. So they did, and you got to remember here the Kane thing, the whole Kane wedding thing. What's your number one? Because I bet you it's number one.
That was number one, but I had a few.
What was number one?
That one.
Kane?
No, the one that you said. I mean, it had to be
2004.
Yeah.
The match.
Yeah.
Where do you put the Kane wedding thing? It's not even my top 10. I hated that.
But it's so.
It was so.
It's so
bad.
Memorable, though. Everyone remembers
because of
it.
Snitsky and how bad he was.
It's not his fault. Okay.
Who was better on the mic, Snitsky or Sid?
Oh God. Can we start over?
Yeah. I mean, who was better? Who was better?
Sid, just because he was more entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, it's not close though. Rusev was better than them two. I don't know.
On the mic, yeah.
I'll take Rusev, but between Snitsky and Psycho Sid, who was better on the mic?
I still say Sid.
I'll throw in 1 + 5 = 8 divided by 10. Scott Steiner, Big Papa Pump. I mean, they have to be three of the worst talkers to ever be on a mic to do promos.
Scott Steiner really wasn't that bad on the mic. It's just like you never understood a word he was saying.
Dude, there's three of the worst, man.
No,
Yeah.
we've heard worse.
Who?
Well, James Ellsworth, for one.
No.
Do you understand that?
I'm not
I
talking
have
about
friends that
chance
told
again.
me that he's a good talker.
Yeah, I know. He's not.
I had friends tell me he's a good talker. I can't believe that.
Snitsky was dreadful. Absolutely horrible, man. Oh gosh. And do you know, I don't know if anybody watched TNA. He was on TNA last 6 months ago. He actually came back. He was on TNA for a couple weeks. Snitsky.
God.
Yeah. Yeah, he's saying the same stuff over and over again. Anyway, that is our top 5 for this week. Next week, we'll tweet out something for next week's top 5.
I did have one I wanted
Sure,
to mention.
go
I
ahead.
had a few honorable mentions here.
Go ahead.
The one, what was it? Trish Stratus and Triple H versus The Rock and Lita. I put that one on there because that is the longest moonsault she's ever done. The farthest. Because Trish was like in the middle of the ring or a little farther than the middle. And she always talked about it. She talked about it on an interview that was the farthest moonsault she's ever had to do, and she landed it. So I give her just athletic respect for that. Because, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a moonsault that far away from,
That far away.
Yeah, I mean, Trish was not. She was a little bit farther out of the middle of the ring, so it's kind of tough to do a moonsault.
When she did a moonsault, man, it was bad.
Yeah.
And
the TLC match at WrestleMania 17.
TLC. Okay.
I mean, come on.
No, I can't argue with that.
I mean, I put those two on there, really. And as much as we hate to admit it, as much as it was bad controversy and everything else, I'm sorry, but the Matt Hardy and Lita thing...
Oh, the Matt Hardy and Lita segment?
I can't say no to it.
You know what was great about that is... the great thing about that, it was real. 100% real.
Yeah.
The hated rivalry between Matt Hardy and Edge was real. And Lita. Because and some of the best rivalries are done when there's a lot of hatred, true hatred for the others.
Yeah, it's fuzzy for a lot of people. Basically what happened, Edge and Lita were both on the injured list. They kind of got hooking up together. And then Matt Hardy found out he got fired from the company for some weird reason. Or he got let go.
He got injured.
He got injured, okay.
And while he was on the shelf, he was injured. Lita started writing with, because you got to remember, the Hardys and Edge and Christian were real good friends.
Yeah.
So, when Matt's not wrestling, Lita would ride with Edge and Christian and them, and Jeff, I guess, when he was wrestling, and they they got together. Edge and Lita did, and they didn't, so Edge Lita spending time away from Matt and didn't tell Matt or anything. So, there was a lot of hatred because they ended up together. And I guess, once Lita, Edge, and Matt were all wrong for things they did, but Edge and Lita didn't go through Matt Hardy and say, hey, we're together now, this or that. I think they found out from Jeff, and it was a bad situation.
Yeah. And that's basically what happened, and it really they did some really bad segments on it too, and this was after the fact and everything, but they did this one thing called what was that internet show they did?
Oh, you mean Highway to Hell?
No, the internet. What was it like? Where?
Yeah, they worked off a true storyline, which is dangerous. But if they do, it's really good, and that's the reason they did a steel cage match. No, they did Hell in a Cell. No, they did steel cage.
They did steel,
and it was good for what they did.
Yeah. I mean, it is dangerous, but say what you want about it, but I mean, I put that up there just because it's really tough to forget that. It might not be a great moment that you want to remember, but it is a moment that you remember.
No, it was good,
and that's why I always have to put that on there.
Yes, Mr. Candlelight. All his shirts are
look, Mr. Candlelight's
finally here, man. It took you long enough.
Hey, we're matching today. You're wearing black. I'm wearing black.
Yeah, but I'm wearing a Revival T-shirt.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
No flips, just fists.
That's right. No fists. Hey, it's a great T-shirt. All right. Well, anyway, that's in the segment. Actually, we got one more question. We had Nakamura versus Joe at the live event in Japan. What did we think of it? I did not watch the match, but I know Nakamura won the match. I get it. They're in Japan. I mean, dude,
Yeah.
And plus, they're setting up the glorious one against Nakamura.
Boo.
What? Now you can bring up Samoa Joe to SmackDown.
But are you?
Or Raw. I think so. He'll be in the Rumble. I think he'll be one of the surprises in the Rumble.
Yeah, we all thought he was out injured, but he's not.
But no, he won the belt at the Japan show. I mean, I get it. I mean, you have him in Japan. He's got to win.
Yeah.
It's not like Charlotte and Charlotte. I mean, it's like different.
Wait, hold on, what?
What? It's like Charlotte and Charlotte. What? Well, you find it so funny. It's true. Charlotte.
I know, but it's like you're repeating yourself, like Charlotte and Charlotte. No, it's Charlotte and Charlotte, but
well, yeah, it's Charlotte and Charlotte. What do you want to say? So yeah.
No,
anyway.
I mean you're right. He's the hometown hero of there. I mean, of course, makes perfect. Yeah, of there, not of here, of there.
So what did you think of it?
I thought it was good. The thing I don't like.
You watched the match. I haven't yet.
Well, if they were going to do this storyline, they should have just let Nakamura keep it. I get it. They're building Samoa Joe up because they wanted to make him the first ever 2-time champion. Understandable, cool. You got to do it with the heel because it makes sense. Whatever. They did it with the Revival with the belts. That's fine. But why wouldn't you wait to go to Japan a little bit later? We
won't answer that one. Hey, I would say the reason he won the belt, okay, is because think of the crowd reaction in Japan.
Yeah.
Would it have been bigger if Nakamura won it there or if he retained the belt in Japan? I would think the reaction would be bigger.
True.
I mean,
True.
that's the reason. I get it, though. I mean, you made him champion for, 2 months?
Yeah.
I mean, okay. I mean, it's not like he lost the next day like Bob Backlund. But, hey, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, dude. It's in Japan. Nakamura had to win.
No,
But,
he did.
The next question we had is Samoa Joe going to Raw or SmackDown?
Personally, I would like to see him in SmackDown, but I could see him going to Raw just because of who they have. Because they have Kevin Owens and all this other stuff, and they have Seth Rollins. You have all these people that you could do it. But I want to see him at SmackDown because they need another top heel. Like, name me the 5 top heels in SmackDown right now. The only one I can think of is AJ Styles and maybe The Miz. Maybe. I don't really even count Miz as a top heel anymore.
No, he's a top heel. Miz is a top heel.
Don't you dare say Ellsworth is a top heel, Mr.
He's not
Gill.
heel. Listen, he's a top chin.
That was horrible.
He's a top chin. Listen, he has to go. He has to go SmackDown.
Someone says Bray, AJ, and Miz.
But that's it.
Yeah.
But Bray's really not a... I mean, is he a heel? Is he not? I mean, he's with Orton right now, and they're tag team champions. So, but yeah, he should be a heel. But going back, he's got to go to SmackDown because they don't have any depth on SmackDown. I mean, as far as mid-card or the heavyweight contenders. I mean, at least you go to Raw, there's other people that can contend for the championship. SmackDown, you don't. I mean, you got Miz, Ziggler, and they're not going to do anything with Ziggler anymore, so you might as well get rid of them. You got the Fashion Police taking time. And Corbin,
Yeah, but
Corbin's a heel, but no, you're right, but that's 4. But heavyweight title heels.
Yeah.
Who can you really put in the title picture?
The big picture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Corbin, maybe. Maybe. Bray Wyatt, you could, definitely. AJ Styles, of course, is champ already.
Yeah.
But who else could you put in the title picture besides Bray Wyatt? There's not a lot of choices. That's the reason
Orton, do we count Orton? Is Orton a heel?
Orton's
a tweener.
Yeah.
He's never really a heel to me.
But so is Bray Wyatt right now. He's kind of a tweener.
Yeah.
I want Corbin main event too because I like Corbin. But I think Samoa Joe's got to go to SmackDown, and I think you begin. Personally, here's what I think. I think that Dean Ambrose should win the IC belt.
True. Didn't work.
Right. Yep. But what they need to do is put Dean Ambrose as the IC champ, bring Samoa Joe up to go against Dean Ambrose for the IC title. Then you get him as a heel. I mean, dude, the matches would be really good between the two of them.
Yeah.
But then you can move Baron Corbin up. You could move The Miz up if you wanted to. I mean, I would be fine with The Miz fighting for the World Championship on SmackDown.
I'd be all right with it, but I don't see it happening anytime soon.
Not right now.
Yeah, it sets Joe and Balor, of course.
He has so many options he goes to Raw. But if you look at SmackDown, they don't have anything. I mean, that's the reason Bobby Roode should be on SmackDown next month. But, he's probably not going to.
I say after WrestleMania, you're going to see that guy.
I think before WrestleMania you might see him.
Maybe.
We'll see, though. I think you might see him at the Rumble. I wouldn't be surprised if they have him come out at the Rumble as an entrant. I mean, because he's already fighting Nakamura for the title.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what I think. So you think, does he go straight to heavyweight or he go mid-card first? Samoa Joe.
I say you put him as a mid-card first.
I do. What I was saying is I think Samoa Joe goes against Dean Ambrose for the IC title.
Yeah.
Because he'll give him a rivalry.
Yeah, make him IC first and then make him champion. That's how I feel about Samoa Joe.
All right, you got anything else? All right, you're listening to Wrestling with Attitude. We got a couple more segments coming up. Next segment, we'll review Raw, TLC. We're going to review TLC, see who the champion was for the picks this month. Who takes Ambrose's place on main events? We'll talk about it when we come back from break. You're listening to Wrestling with Attitude.
It's all the that has made up my past. So go let your soul dance, baby. Time to free yourself at last. Unshackle your life spirit. Fire, baby. from the past.